Hey Sparta Nation, I'm Jamie Parsons. I am a lifetime 5-star diamond coach, and I'm going to talk to you today about inviting using Facebook events. Facebook events have been huge for me. It really helps me kind of start the conversation with people. It helps me excite people to whatever product I am putting in front of them, and it really just gives them more information instead of just going right into it without knowing much at all. So today I'm going to show you how to leverage Facebook events to help you invite. So the reason that we use Facebook events is to help you invite with ease, because inviting is scary. And so instead of just sending a message to anyone just kind of out of the blue, especially if you haven't built a relationship with them first, which you should. But what I do is I use a Facebook event, I invite specific people to that event, I post in the event, and then I also follow up with them, sending them a private message. Now, we have all been in those groups, excuse me, that we all of a sudden get these notifications that, oh, you've been added to this group, or you've been added to this leggings group or this makeup group, and you really feel spammed, or at least I do. Because I never get a follow-up. I never get, hey, I invited you to this. I wondered if you were interested. And if I was interested, I'd stick around. And if I wasn't interested, I'd say, no, thank you. Thanks for thinking of me. However, that's not what happens. People put us in these groups or in these events, and then they don't follow up with us. They never give us a chance to say yes or no. So that makes me feel spammed, and I immediately get myself out of the group. So it's really important that if you invite them to an event or a group or whatever it is, that you have a private conversation with them and say, hey, I thought of you. I thought you might be interested in this. Would you want to chat more about it? That gives them, sorry, I have some allergies today. That would give them the opportunity to say, yeah, I would love to do that, or I would like more information, or no, not at this time, because we know that no means not right now, and even if they say no, we give them a break for a little bit, but we're still, hopefully that information is still going to go into their news feed because they're in that event. So what I do with my events, again, it goes into their news feed if they've been invited. It keeps your name relevant, and I use a Facebook event every single month. I'll show you an example in just a minute, but every month I have a new group for my challenge groups. Sometimes most of the time we use Facebook events for coach sneak peeks. I sometimes do for free groups, but mostly I just do private messages for free groups or just post about that on my Facebook page. What it also does, your Facebook event, is it gives social proof. So if social proof means if people click going or interested, then other people see that they have clicked going or interested, and that makes them curious about that. So make sure whenever you are posting in an event that you say click going or interested, you really want them to click going. So click going in bold, big letters, capital letters. So when they click going, their friends are going to see it, and their friends of friends are going to see it, and it just keeps the ball rolling. And it also helps you get into your cold market, the people that you don't know, the people that you need to build a relationship with. So I run ads from my Facebook events. I don't boost them. Boosting is a different thing. And usually, thanks Jama, usually boosting is, I don't know, I've done some ad training, so they say not to boost. So what I do is I just make a separate ad with my event. That's a whole separate training. But we can talk about that later too. I also use, if you have a like page or a business page, I always run my events off of that because I have more eyes on my business page than I do on my personal page. But that's totally up to you. You may have a public personal page and everything goes through that. Totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera around so I can show you some examples of my Facebook events. So you're probably messy toy room first. Oh, there we go. Okay, So this is my page. Sorry again, those allergies are killing me. Turn this here. All right, so this is my Facebook page, my public like page or my business page. So I'm going to go over here to events and I'm going to create an event, and it's going to be public automatically because my page is public. I can change my event photo by using Canva. Let me see, I have this up. I'm going to show you an example of one I did during Christmas. Okay, so this is an example of a Facebook event graphic that I used. So I always try to put my face in there so people can see my face and use as little writing as possible because I want my, I know I have a ton of windows open. I want my focus to be on the event rather than bright colors and pictures everywhere. I want to make sure it's very basic. Okay, so my event name, I usually try to keep the Beachbody program out of it. So if you notice over here again, it was called Reindeer Training Healthy Holidays. I didn't say anything about 21 Day Fix or 22-minute hardcore or whatever. Because most of my groups are multi-program, so I don't name it a specific program, and I want them to get to know me and not think, oh, another Beachbody coach. I don't want to work, you know, I'm tired of seeing those people. You want to build a relationship, and then once they trust you, then they're going to think, oh, well maybe that's good for me. Maybe I want to do that. So your event name, again, I try to use something catchy. Look, I'm just going to make one. Okay, this is not catchy, but I just wrote group just so I can show you. Location, I usually put your home, and then, or from the comfort of your own home. If you come down to the bottom, just use your own home, the date. Okay, I actually don't want to publish this because it will go on my page. But now I'm going to go over and show you, let's see. Let's do the Halloween one. So this is an event that I did during Halloween. Again, there's my face, a little hat. It makes people stop and look at it like, why is she wearing a hat? And then that kind of hat. I named it Get Lean Halloween. I put the date, and that's pretty much it. I kept it pretty basic. So down here you see the date, all that, okay. My details. I try to tell them what's going to be happening either in this group or in this event or in the actual group. And I always put right here. I wish I could get closer. Oh, I can. Okay. There we go. I always put right here, click interested or going for more information because, so this group, I didn't have very many interested or that went. I actually did once it was all over. But this shows your social proof. I want to go back and show you one other one. I'll show you the one that's happening right now, which I did name, where is it? I did name it Beachbody Health Bet because that's what it was supposed to be called. So this is the one that's going on right now. Now you can see the social proof over here, 23 interested, 14 going, 56 invited. I want to talk about this number right here, invited. I did not go through my entire Facebook list and invite everyone. I invited specific people, either people I have already talked to, I've invited discount coaches, I've invited prior customers, anyone I think that would be interested, I've invited them. And then I've sent all of them private messages. I did not spam my entire friend list. I made sure I talked to specific people and had one-on-one conversations with them. So that is very important. Okay, I have a question. What app do you use to have your pic on clean, solid background without a frame? I use canva.com. Let's see. Yeah, I use canva.com. These are just all the ones that I've made before. I use either social media or if you click more over here, you can see that, then you can come down to Facebook post. Or there's a Facebook event somewhere down here. Does that hope that answered your question. Okay, so back to the Facebook event. Again, we want to get people excited about it. So if you see all these posts, they're all my posts. I make sure I don't just post just randomly. There's Erica. Erica, if you're on here, there's your picture. I don't just post randomly. I make sure that I'm doing it at certain times and I'm talking about certain things to get them excited. Here's a Facebook Live I did on the event page because people join you. They don't really necessarily join for the product. They join for you. So I make sure that I put myself in there and then they can see me live, you know, and I mess up. I'm normal, just like any of us. We all mess up and it's okay, but that makes us relatable. So I want to make sure that they can see that. So all these posts I talk about 3-day refresh. I give them the most popular program. So if they have any concerns on which program they want, but obviously we're going to have a one-on-one conversation about that. This post right here, it's not a very good picture. But if we are not Facebook friends and I send them a message, it's going to go to their filtered messages. So I make sure to put that on the Facebook event that if we are not, so I said, good morning ladies, I've sent private messages to those who are going or interested, again in capital letters. If you have already committed, I've sent you an email to join the group. Facebook messages, if we are not Facebook friends, my message probably went to your filtered folder. Please check that folder for more info. And then I show them on that graphic where to find their filtered messages. Because Facebook events, I get a lot of people I don't know and a lot of people that I am not Facebook friends with them. I always try to add them as a friend, but some people don't have that option on their Facebook page. So that's when the message always goes to the filtered folder. So make sure you talk about that. I show before and afters. I also give prizes. So right here you can see that 2 of 3, I call them bonus prizes or something like that. I usually give 3 throughout the event. Good morning ladies, 2 of 3 bonus prizes have been claimed, 1 more left. And then I talk about the Beachbody All Access, and whoever commits to a challenge pack or commits to getting their health on the right track, they will get a prize in the mail. So I make sure I say commits instead of buys. I don't know, I just like that better. So here I am again. I talked about, this is a YouTube video I made, but about All Access. Here's a before and after, talking about 3-day refresh. Here I just said Merry Christmas. It wasn't about anything else. It was just to show them that I do care about them and that they are not a dollar amount or they are not a Success Club point. I actually care about them and I want to help them, and that builds our relationship. Something as simple as Merry Christmas, ladies, will help us build relationships. All right. So let me check to see if I wanted to add anything else. Now you can share this. So if you go right here to the share button, you can invite your friends here. You can share in your news feed. You can share in your personal news feed and your like page news feed. Now you can also, which is really cool, share this in Facebook Messenger. So if you message someone, what you can do is just say, I invited you to this event. I wanted to make sure, or I wanted to see if you were interested. The event is below if you want to click on the event and look through the discussion tab. Make sure you use the discussion tab, because if they go to this page, it's automatically going to the About tab right here, and there's not much there. This is just about my Facebook page pretty much. So make sure you say the discussion tab so they can see all of the posts that you've made. Okay? And make sure on your own event that you click going. Because if you click interested or nothing, then not the people in your Facebook page are not going to be able to see that. It's not going to pop into their newsfeed as much if you don't click going. And you should go to your own event, right? Okay, also, now if you come over to edit, I think, nope, not edit. I think it's these three little dots. You can, I believe it's manage posts. Let's click on it and see. Maybe not. This event is already over, so maybe that's why it's not working. What I do is I make sure that the admin always has to approve the posts. So I let everyone post on here if they want, if they have questions, but I have to approve it because you don't want any haters coming on there and just blasting all over your page. I have never had that happen, but you always want to be cautious about that. Okay, again, on Boost Event, I never use this button. I always go over to my Ads Manager and Power Editor. I'll go ahead and do that for you. And this reminds me that you see my newsfeed is gone. I never let my newsfeed pop up on my Facebook page because that is a time waster. And I know that I get sucked into that. So I use a plugin, a Google plugin called Kill My Newsfeed, and so I have no newsfeed while I'm working, which is very helpful for me. Okay, but on your main page, if you go to Ads Manager, it's taking a second to load, and then create, oh no, here it is, up here. You can't see that. The very top, if you click on that, go to Power Editor. This is where I run my ad for my Facebook event. So, oh, right here, Create Campaign. Again, this is a whole different training, but while we're here, we might as well talk a second. And then I think it's engagement. Yes, so you click on engagement. Come down here and click pay or event responses, continue, and then you can start to go through that whole thing. But the event, see if I can find the one I want to choose. I don't know. In one of these, you can choose which event that you're going to run an ad on. Okay. So, I'm going to turn my camera back around now. Okay. I'm back. So I think that is all I have for you. Like I said, I always like to do GIFs. I do Facebook Live on my events. Oh, I debunk myths. So if they think they, some people think they're too overweight and that they will never be able to get anywhere near where they want, I talk about that. I talk about fears. I talk about, a lot of people are concerned about price. I talk about that. I talk about, I don't really talk about coaching in my challenge group events. I don't get to that until, really until they have had the best challenge group experience, because good challengers make great coaches because they've had a great experience and they want to move on and help others as well. And then motivation and inspiration, all that stuff goes into your event. So I think that is all I have. If you have any questions, you can post them below. I'll wait just a second and I will help answer those questions. One more thing I thought of. If you notice in this Facebook event, I wrote, see you right here in 10 minutes. I did that on purpose. I did that because I wanted you to know where we were going. In a Facebook, not very many people are familiar with Facebook events, so they think, like, where do I go to see this stuff? That's why I said, see you right here in 10 minutes. I also reminded them that we're going to be in this Facebook event. Okay, Aaron, thank you. April, thank you. Okay, Aaron says, what was the name of that app for the photos again? It's called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. I use it on my computer, but there is an app for it, C-A-N-V-A. They have a whole bunch that are already done for you too. I always use the free ones just because they do just as well. I mean, the paid ones always look a little bit better, but for Facebook event graphics, I like them to be pretty simple, so I use the free ones. Anything else? If you guys have more questions and you're not watching this live, feel free to comment below and I will check those out, and I'll check it throughout the day and make sure I can answer your questions. So I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.